Xi Jinping is one of the most powerful men in the world, and when he moves, it's with unmatched luxury and extreme protection. From hidden aircraft to high-speed trains worth millions of dollars, his travels reveal how far China goes to protect its leader. Stay tuned as we uncover the secret world of how China moves its most important man. Private jets. At the heart of Xi Jinping's travel empire lies a machine that perfectly embodies China's complex relationship with the West, a modified Boeing 747, 8 Intercontinental registered as B-2479. Unlike the dedicated presidential aircraft fleets maintained by nations like the United States or Russia, Xi's approach draws from commercial airline resources, primarily Air China, with modifications for VIP use. This strategy stems from CCP guidelines aimed at minimizing extravagance while ensuring high-level security and self-sufficiency. The approach also represents a calculated political message projecting frugality and efficiency, while maintaining the sophisticated security apparatus necessary for protecting the world's most powerful communist leader in an era of increasing global tensions and domestic surveillance concerns. The story of B-2479 begins in 2014, when the plane was delivered to Air China as part of the airline's fleet expansion. But the real transformation occurred 2 years later, when it underwent VIP modifications in Hamburg, Germany at a Boeing facility, transforming it into a secure, luxurious transport for state leaders. These weren't mere cosmetic changes. The modifications included enhanced communication systems, defensive countermeasures, and interior reconfigurations for meetings, rest, and work. The aircraft was equipped with secure satellite communications capable of encrypted global connectivity, anti-missile defense systems designed to counter modern threats, and luxurious accommodations that rivaled the finest private jets while maintaining operational security. The modifications were completed to meet presidential standards without creating a fully dedicated Air Force One-style aircraft, maintaining the illusion of commercial aviation while incorporating military-grade security features that protect against everything from cyber attacks to physical threats. What makes this aircraft truly remarkable isn't just its luxury appointments or sophisticated security features, but its dual nature that reflects China's pragmatic approach to power projection and resource efficiency. The 747-8 has an extended range of approximately 14,320 kilometers, enabling non-stop flights from Beijing to most global destinations, including Europe, North America, and Australia. It is powered by 4 General Electric GIN X2 B67 turbofan engines, each providing up to 66,500 pounds of thrust for efficient long-haul performance. The aircraft's maximum takeoff weight reaches approximately 987,000 pounds, featuring advanced avionics for navigation and safety systems that incorporate both civilian and military-grade technologies for maximum operational flexibility. But here's where the story becomes truly fascinating and unique among world leaders. When not in VIP mode, it operates regular Air China routes, allowing ordinary travelers to fly on it unknowingly. This means Chinese citizens and international passengers might find themselves sitting in seats that previously hosted world leaders, diplomatic negotiations, and discussions of global significance, creating an unusual connection between power and the people. The regulations governing this unique approach reveal China's distinctive political philosophy and economic pragmatism that fundamentally sets it apart from other major powers. CCP guidelines strictly limit the use of dedicated or modified aircraft for state leaders, emphasizing anti-corruption and frugality measures introduced under Xi's administration. Only the president and the premier of the state council are authorized to use specially configured planes for international visits. Other high-ranking officials, including Politburo members and cabinet ministers, must charter from Air China's commercial fleet or use standard commercial flights, reinforcing the message of governmental austerity. This policy reflects the CCP's broader austerity campaigns, though it doesn't compromise security when the aircraft is configured for presidential use. The aircraft has been documented in numerous high-profile missions, including Xi's 2023 trip to San Francisco for the APEC summit, his 2024 visit to France, and a 2025 state visit to Malaysia, demonstrating this hybrid commercial governmental model across multiple continents and diplomatic contexts, while maintaining the facade of modest, efficient governance that appeals to both domestic and international audiences seeking alternatives to traditional displays of wealth and power. But Xi's primary aircraft never travels alone, and the supporting operation just reveals the true scale of Chinese presidential logistics that transforms each international visit into a mobile governmental operation capable of independent function anywhere in the world. Xi's trips often involve a multi-aircraft convoy for redundant redundancy, personnel transport and logistics, ensuring self-reliance in case of emergencies or supply needs. This support fleet represents a masterclass in contingency planning that would make military logistics officers envious, creating essentially a flying Chinese government capable of functioning independently anywhere in the world without relying on host nation infrastructure or potentially compromised foreign systems. The operation typically includes passenger jets for delegations and freighters for vehicles, equipment and supplies, ensuring that Chinese sovereignty and operational security can be maintained even on foreign soil, thousands of miles from Beijing. The 2024 South American tour provides the perfect case study in this operational complexity that spans multiple countries and continents with precision timing. During Xi's November 2024 visit to Peru for the APEC Economic Leaders meeting in Lima and Brazil for the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, the logistics operation resembled a small military deployment with strategic planning that extended months in advance and involved dozens of advanced teams. B-2479 served as the primary aircraft carrying Xi, while a second Boeing 747-8, registered B-2482, transported accompanying personnel, including senior diplomats, security teams, and media representatives. This dual-passenger aircraft approach ensures critical redundancy. If one aircraft encounters mechanical issues, security threats, or diplomatic complications, the operation can continue seamlessly without compromising the mission or exposing the Chinese leadership to unnecessary risks. But the real logistical marvel was the Boeing 747-400 freighter B-2476, deployed to carry essential equipment including Xi's armored Hongqi N701 luxury limousine. This massive cargo operation represents far more than simple transportation. It's about maintaining Chinese sovereignty, security standards, and operational independence, even when operating thousands of miles from Chinese territory in potentially hostile environments. The freighter made strategic refueling and staging stops, including in Amsterdam, to synchronize deliveries across multiple destinations. This ensured that ground transport, secure communications equipment, medical facilities, and other critical necessities were pre-positioned without relying on host countries, minimizing vulnerabilities and potential dependencies that could be exploited by adversaries or compromised by local security failures. The comprehensive tour, spanning from November 13th to 23, 2024, highlighted China's strategic push for stronger ties with Latin America, with Xi inaugurating a Chinese-financed megaport in Peru amid extensive discussions on trade partnerships and infrastructure development. The sophisticated logistics operation supported these diplomatic objectives while simultaneously demonstrating Chinese organizational capabilities to global audiences and potential partners, sending a clear message about China's ability to project power and maintain operations anywhere in the world. The scale of these freight operations reveals extraordinary attention to detail and comprehensive security concerns that extend far beyond normal diplomatic travel. Freighters like B-2476 are crucial for transporting bulletproof vehicles, secure communications gear, medical equipment, food supplies, and specialized security equipment to adhere to strict protocols. In longer tours spanning multiple countries, multiple freighters may be deployed for staggered deliveries, creating a supply chain that spans continents and operates with military precision and timing. This setup dramatically reduces dependence on foreign infrastructure and allows for rapid response to contingencies, a level of operational self-sufficiency that speaks to China's growing confidence and, some analysts would argue, increasing paranoia about foreign dependencies in an uncertain international environment where traditional alliances are shifting. For Xi's travels, security isn't just an afterthought, it's the foundation upon which everything else is built. With rising geopolitical tensions and ongoing concerns over internal stability, strict security protocols take top priority. The comprehensive protocols address an extensive range of threats, including assassination attempts, aircraft hijacking, internal mutiny, cyber attacks, and medical emergencies, with multiple layers of protection extending from pre-flight inspections to in-air escorts and extensive ground security operations that coordinate with multiple international agencies and intelligence services. The most visible and dramatic manifestation of this security apparatus comes through fighter jet escorts, which serve both important ceremonial purposes and critical practical defensive functions. Upon entering foreign airspace, Xi's plane is routinely accompanied by host nation fighters as both a ceremonial gesture and protective measure. The December 2022 visit to Saudi Arabia exemplified this spectacular approach to aerial security and diplomatic theater. 4 Saudi F-15 fighter jets initially escorted the aircraft, followed by 6 Saudi Hawk jets trailing red and green smoke representing China's flag colors upon final approach to Riyadh. This breathtaking aerial welcome included elaborate fireworks displays and ceremonial ceremonial honor guards, but also served critical practical security purposes, with jets equipped for immediate interception capabilities against potential aerial threats, unauthorized aircraft approaches, or missile attacks from hostile actors. Similar sophisticated escort protocols occurred during Xi's 2025 visits to Russia, where advanced Russian Sukhoi Su-35 fighter jets escorted his plane upon entry into Russian airspace, occurring amid heightened regional tensions including ongoing Ukrainian drone attacks, NATO military exercises, and increased Western surveillance activities. These dramatic escorts, often prominently featured in state media broadcasts, underscore national sovereignty while providing real-time defense against potential hijackings, missile threats, or unauthorized aircraft approaches. The escorts serve dual purposes of demonstrating alliance relationships while providing genuine security capabilities in increasingly contested airspace. The 2023 US visit revealed extraordinary security preparations that bordered on the paranoid, demonstrating the extensive lengths to which Chinese security services will go to protect their leader in potentially hostile territory. For Xi's November 2023 summit with US President Joe Biden in San Francisco, US officials accommodated extensive and detailed Chinese security requests to control virtually every aspect of the environment. These comprehensive measures included meticulous route planning to avoid politically sensitive sites such as homeless encampments, secure perimeters extending for multiple city blocks, and extensive medical contingencies prepared for potential health emergencies. Additional, comprehensive security measures include thorough aircraft screening procedures for surveillance devices and potential sabotage, directly drawing from lessons learned during a significant 2002 incident involving listening devices discovered on a Chinese leader's aircraft, plus extensive in-flight security featuring armed guards, encrypted communications systems, and sophisticated electronic countermeasures designed to prevent eavesdropping and cyber attacks. Cars. While Xi's international flights capture global headlines and diplomatic attention, his domestic travel strategy reveals perhaps even more about Chinese political philosophy, security thinking, and the delicate balance between accessibility and protection that defines modern authoritarian leadership in the digital surveillance age. Xi often opts for high-speed trains or buses for domestic trips, actively promoting simplicity and allowing him to observe real China without the detachment and isolation that air travel typically creates. This approach aligns perfectly with comprehensive CCP directives for officials to travel modestly and avoid unnecessary road closures unless absolutely necessary for security. The strategic rail component serves multiple important purposes beyond mere transportation efficiency and cost savings considerations. Xi has strategically used China's advanced bullet trains traveling at speeds exceeding 300 km per h for trips including Shanghai visits in 2023, enabling unfiltered views of infrastructure progress and reducing reliance on potentially sanitized or misleading provincial government reports. This ground-level perspective allows him to witness infrastructure development projects, urban planning initiatives, and social conditions firsthand, rather than through carefully curated briefings prepared by local officials who might have political or economic incentives to present overly optimistic assessments of local conditions. During his strategically important 2022 Hong Kong visit, he deliberately chose rail transportation over flying for enhanced security reasons, commuting from Shenzhen overnight to avoid the political and security risks of staying overnight in Hong Kong. The bus travel component reveals the carefully choreographed performative aspect of Xi's leadership style and sophisticated political messaging strategy. High-ranking officials, including Xi himself, sometimes travel by bus specifically to emphasize humility and demonstrate connection with ordinary Chinese citizens. Security protocols for domestic travel incorporate sophisticated layers of discretion, misdirection, and counterintelligence measures specifically designed to confuse potential threats while maintaining the appearance of accessibility. During the politically sensitive Hong Kong visit, security authorities deliberately spread false itineraries and fake hotel visit schedules to confuse potential threats and mislead intelligence gathering by hostile actors. Xi maintains significant physical distance from other officials, often 10 meters plus from government personnel, avoiding handshakes and limiting public activities to carefully controlled indoor venues with multiple security checkpoints and screening procedures. The security apparatus surrounding Xi reflects deep institutional paranoia about both external and internal threats. His personal guard bureau head, Wang Xiaojun, had died under mysterious circumstances in 2023. Xi's ground movements rely exclusively on a carefully maintained fleet of domestically produced Hongqi or red flag limousines, symbolizing national pride and technological self-reliance, much like Russia's prestigious Urus vehicles or the American presidential Beast. The flagship model, the heavily armored Hongqi N701, is reportedly engineered to withstand withstand direct RPG attacks, featuring military-grade bulletproof glass, reinforced steel doors, and sophisticated electronic countermeasures. This isn't merely transportation, it's a technological showcase and powerful political statement rolled into one impressive luxury vehicle that competes directly with Western equivalents while promoting Chinese manufacturing capabilities. The Hongqi brand also carries profound political significance and historical weight, having served as the preferred vehicle of Chinese leaders since the 1950s under Mao Zedong's administration. But the modern N701 and L5 variants represent a dramatic quantum leap in technological sophistication, luxury appointments, and symbolic importance for contemporary China's global image. The N701 made its dramatic public debut in 2022 during Xi's highly publicized Hong Kong visit and has since appeared prominently in key diplomatic events, such as his strategically important April 2025 Malaysia trip. These remarkable vehicles can reportedly withstand direct hits from rocket-propelled grenades, feature sophisticated satellite communication systems, and include comprehensive medical facilities for emergency medical care during crisis situations. Consumer versions of the N701 and L5 variants command prices reaching $800,000, placing them firmly in the ultra-luxury automotive category alongside Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and other prestigious European manufacturers. The international deployment of these vehicles tells a compelling story of meticulous advanced planning and growing Chinese confidence on the global diplomatic stage. During the strategically important 2019 informal summit in India, Xi deliberately chose to drive from Chennai to the historic site of Mamallapuram in his Hongqi rather than accept the offered helicopter transportation, citing enhanced security concerns and personal preferences. The armored vehicle had to be carefully transported via the Boeing 747-400 freighter. This strong preference for Chinese manufactured transportation even extends to sensitive diplomatic protocol situations. During the prestigious 2025 SCO summit in Tianjin, Xi's personal Hongqi L5 became a significant symbol of diplomatic courtesy when Indian Prime Minister Modi was given the special honor of riding in Xi's own vehicle. The operational reality of these massive motorcades reveals both impressive strengths and potential vulnerabilities in Xi's comprehensive security apparatus. Motorcades are deliberately expansive for comprehensive security coverage, often comprising 50-plus vehicles, including police escorts, specialized SWAT units, medical support vehicles, and extensive communications support cars. During Xi's highly publicized 2023 US visit, his impressive Hongqi convoy created quite a media spectacle, creating stark visual contrast with President Biden's traditional Cadillac presidential limousine. However, security experts note that large motorcades inevitably draw significant public attention and media coverage, making them difficult to conceal from potential threats or hostile surveillance operations. Interestingly, during sensitive domestic travels, Xi has been observed switching vehicles mid-route, identified by careful observers noting license plate changes, suggesting this may be a deliberate security tactic to confuse potential threats and surveillance. The Hongqi fleet represents China's industrial ambitions made manifest luxury products that compete with Western equivalents while serving as the ultimate Chinese power symbol. The scale of Xi's entourage turns every foreign trip into a temporary relocation of the Chinese government itself. It's a mobile bureaucracy, able to manage complex state business anywhere in the world, with little reliance on host nations or vulnerable foreign systems. Xi's travels routinely involve sizable entourages, typically ranging from 100-500 people, including senior diplomats, security personnel, medical teams, technical specialists, and administrative aides, all designed to ensure complete operational self-sufficiency. This isn't merely about impressive displays of strength, maintaining international face, or projecting power. It's about creating a portable Chinese state apparatus that can function independently of host nation infrastructure, reflecting both supreme confidence in China's organizational capabilities and deep-seated concerns about foreign dependency and potential security vulnerabilities in an increasingly uncertain global environment. For the strategically important 2023 BRICS summit in Johannesburg, China systematically took over 2 entire luxury hotels for the complete delegation, demonstrating both the massive scale of operations and the paramount emphasis on environmental control and security isolation from potential threats or surveillance. Medical contingencies represent a significant and highly specialized component, with dedicated teams of physicians and medical specialists prepared for potential health emergencies, reflecting Xi's comprehensive worst-case planning philosophy amid persistent international speculation and rumors about his health status and physical condition. The impressive 2023 Moscow visit saw the massive entourage arrive at the Chinese-owned Solux Hotel with considerable fanfare and media attention, demonstrating how these carefully orchestrated arrivals serve multiple distinct audiences: domestic Chinese viewers seeking evidence of international respect, international diplomatic partners assessing Chinese capabilities, and global media organizations seeking compelling visual content and political analysis. The business delegation component reveals how Xi's travels strategically serve dual diplomatic and economic purposes with remarkable efficiency and coordination. Delegations consistently include carefully selected business leaders and industry executives, specifically chosen for their relevance to anticipated economic deals and trade agreements, as clearly evidenced by the highly successful 2025 Southeast Asia tour, where an impressive 108 separate agreements were signed across multiple countries and various industry sectors, including technology, infrastructure, and energy. This sophisticated dual-track diplomacy approach, skillfully combining traditional state visits with carefully orchestrated business delegations, maximizes the substantial return on these expensive expeditions, while simultaneously advancing China's broader economic interests alongside immediate political objectives and long-term strategic goals in competitive global markets. The security component deserves particular scrutiny and detailed analysis given recent dramatic developments within China's security apparatus and broader political system. Xi's Personal Guard Bureau, functioning as part of the broader and highly secretive Central Security Bureau, represents an elite classified unit specifically responsible for protecting top Communist Party officials and their families. The mysterious and unexplained circumstances surrounding Personal Guard Bureau head Wang Xiaojun's sudden death in 2023, occurring amid broader systematic purges throughout the military and security apparatus that removed dozens of high-ranking officials, underscore the serious internal risks and institutional paranoia that permeate these sensitive circles and influence travel security decisions. Unlike North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's approach, which emphasizes extensive decoy-heavy groups specifically designed to confuse potential threats through elaborate misdirection and counterintelligence operations, Xi's entourages focus primarily on impressive unity, overwhelming scale, and careful discretion, projecting China's remarkable organizational capabilities and complete self-sufficiency, rather than attempting to hide the leader's location through deception. Yachts. The fact that Xi doesn't travel by yacht and that China maintains no official yacht fleet for its leaders tells us as much about Chinese political culture and Xi's governing philosophy as any vehicle he does choose to use. Research into the Chinese government's use of yachts for official travel reveals extraordinarily limited evidence, largely due to the secretive nature of Chinese state operations, strict anti-corruption measures, and a cultural and political aversion to conspicuous luxury among officials. Unlike private jets or armored cars, which serve clear security and diplomatic functions, yachts simply don't appear anywhere in the standard transportation protocols. For Chinese government leaders or their delegations, this absence becomes even more remarkable when we consider the context of China's massive maritime presence. China operates one of the world's largest naval fleets through the People's Liberation Army Navy, and the country has invested billions in maritime infrastructure and capabilities. When Chinese officials do travel by water, they utilize naval vessels for diplomatic or military purposes, commercial ferries for routine transport, or aircraft for sea-adjacent destinations. The luxury yacht, despite its prominence in the transportation choices of many other world leaders, simply doesn't exist in the Chinese leadership's playbook. The reasons for this deliberate absence are deeply rooted in Xi's broader anti-corruption campaign and the political culture he has cultivated. High-ranking officials, including Xi himself, publicly avoid yachts and other luxury assets to evade scrutiny from the Central Commission for Discipline inspection. Public reports of lavish lifestyles among Chinese officials invariably lead to investigations, as demonstrated in numerous corruption cases where officials were penalized for undeclared luxuries. The 2012 anti-corruption drive under Xi specifically targeted both tigers and flies, high and low-level officials, resulting in seizures of assets worth billions, including boats and yachts, which effectively killed any official interest in luxury maritime vessels. The impact of Xi's anti-corruption policies on China's luxury yacht market provides a stark illustration of how political decisions can reshape entire industries. The yacht market in China, which had shown promising growth among the ultra-wealthy, saw a dramatic decline as officials and business elites associated with the government shunned visible displays of wealth. The market collapsed by approximately 75% within years of Xi's anti-corruption campaign beginning, despite earlier predictions that China would have 100,000 registered yachts by 2020. By 2019, only 5,000 registered yachts existed in the entire country. What makes this yacht yacht absence particularly interesting is how it contrasts with the broader Chinese luxury market. While China has become one of the world's largest markets for luxury goods, yachts remain a notable exception. Among the top 200 global super yacht owners, only 3 confirmed Chinese billionaires were identified as of 2019, a remarkably small number given China's wealth and the size of its ultra-high net worth population. The cultural and philosophical aspects of this absence are equally significant. Traditional Chinese philosophy associates water with yin or negative forces, making yachts less appealing as leisure symbols compared to Western cultural norms, where they represent freedom and luxury. This cultural background, combined with the practical political considerations, creates a perfect storm of factors that make yacht travel completely inappropriate for Chinese leadership. However, there are fascinating glimpses of how Chinese leaders do engage with water-based diplomacy when necessary. A rare and notable example occurred during the September 2025 Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, when Peng Liyuan, Xi Jinping's wife, hosted spouses of foreign leaders on a scenic cruise along Tianjin's Haihe River. This carefully orchestrated event involved a guided boat tour highlighting Tianjin's history and cultural landmarks, with guests enjoying traditional music and tea while admiring riverside scenery. Crucially, the vessel was a state-arranged riverboat rather than a luxury yacht, and the entire event was framed around cultural exchange and education rather than leisure or luxury. This river cruise example perfectly illustrates how Chinese leadership approaches water-based events. They emphasize cultural significance, educational value, and diplomatic purpose while carefully avoiding any appearance of personal luxury or extravagance. The event was broadcast by CCTV and covered extensively in Chinese media as an example of soft diplomacy, showing how even water-based activities serve broader political and diplomatic objectives. The contrast with other world leaders' yacht usage is particularly striking. Russian President Vladimir Putin, for instance, has been associated with various luxury yachts, though he maintains official distance from them. European leaders often use official or chartered yachts for diplomatic meetings and state functions. American politicians, while not maintaining official yachts, frequently engage with luxury maritime vessels in their personal time. Xi's complete avoidance of this entire category of transportation represents a fundamentally different approach to leadership symbolism. The closest thing to yacht-like government maritime assets in China are found in the country's maritime militia, a shadowy fleet of civilian fishing vessels subsidized by the state for territorial assertion in the South China Sea and East China Sea. However, these are decidedly not luxury vessels. They're armed trawlers used for surveillance, harassment of foreign ships, and enforcing territorial claims. With over 3,000 such vessels receiving state subsidies totaling billions annually, this maritime force serves strategic military purposes rather than leadership transportation. Recent geopolitical developments have highlighted other aspects of China's relationship with luxury maritime vessels. Scandals involving super yachts linked to Chinese intelligence operations, such as accusations of using vessels for espionage in Europe, demonstrate how yachts have become associated with covert operations rather than legitimate leadership transportation. These associations further reinforce why Chinese leadership would want to avoid any connection with luxury maritime vessels. The economic implications of China's yacht avoidance extend beyond symbolism. The government's promotion of yachting focuses entirely on commercial tourism and industrial development rather than elite consumption. The Ministry of Transport has eased yacht registration and cross-border sailing rules to boost the industry economically, targeting a $15.1 billion yacht industry by 2027 that would capture 17.8% of the global market. However, this growth is explicitly directed toward commercial and tourism applications rather than government or elite personal use. The regulatory environment surrounding yachts in China also reflects the government's approach. Rules cap passenger numbers at 12, including crew, to prevent large parties, and a 44% import tax on luxury goods, later adjusted to 35 to 38% for yachts over 8 meters, makes yacht ownership extremely expensive. These policies effectively discourage yacht ownership among precisely the class of people who might otherwise be expected to own such vessels. The absence of yachts in Xi's transportation options represents more than a personal preference or even a political calculation. It's a fundamental statement about the type of leader Xi positions himself to be and the kind of China he wants to project to the world. In a country where every aspect of leadership behavior is scrutinized for symbolic meaning, the choice not to use luxury yachts sends a clear message about priorities, values, and the relationship between power and responsibility. Thanks for watching. Please check out other cards on the screen.